who has a YouTube channel that you should check out, from PE to RE, because you are a
PE teacher.
PE teacher. There you go. And getting into real estate with your second house hack. Yeah. And so you're moving out of a house hack into this one. And when you move out of that one, the space that you were occupying gets to be integrated into one of those units, which will increase the amount of income that one's having.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. And so the house hack that we're at currently, that you are moving into, how'd you find this property?
Found this property on Redfin.
Okay. So you found it on Redfin. Did you approach the listing agent, or did you contact your agent and say, let's make an offer?
So the same night it was listed, I contacted my lender first to make sure I could qualify. And then I contacted my agent and say, hey, we're putting in an offer now.
Okay. I do the same thing. Some people say they want to reach out to the listing agent because the listing agent is more likely to promote your offer to the seller because they could double dip on their commission. But I like to call my agent, even if I found a property, and say, I want to make an offer, because when you make them a commission, it costs the same to you, whether the seller listing agent gets it or your agent and they get it. But now you have an agent who wants to bring you your next deal. So I like the way you did it. How'd you fund this deal? You called your lender first, but how did you fund it?
Yeah, so I used the new 5% conventional. So that's what I put down. Was 5%.
So it was a 5% down, conventional, owner occupied. So you must intend to live here for a year, which you're actually moving in. Yep. So good job not committing fraud. Although prison is the ultimate house hack, it's not part of my retirement plan. Don't commit fraud. I love that. So this is a triplex.
Yep.
Right. So you can do 5% down right now, duplex, triplex, or fourplex. And so this it's very similar to one of mine. It has a house and then it has a duplex on the same property. What was the biggest challenge with acquiring this property?
Yeah, the biggest challenge with acquiring this one was the seller and the seller's agent. It has always made things harder than they need to be, right? I'm the first one to make the offer. They drug it out, trying to get more offers to make it more competitive. Then when we get it under contract and we get the inspection done, we're like, hey, this and this needs to be done. Like it needed the smoke detectors, it needed the CO2, earthquake straps. We told them that. The appraiser comes and it's not done. So then we had to extend our closing date.
That can be a pain, but ultimately it's worth it, even with all the hoops we have to jump through. Real estate is never easy, but we can do things to make it easier. So that was the challenge. Is there anything that you learned from this transaction?
Learn to do your taxes correctly. So I had to file my 2023 taxes earlier than I wanted to, because I tried to do my own taxes in 2022, and they were like, oh, these numbers aren't looking right. And so they said, we need you to file it today so we can count the rental income.
Yeah, so the challenge there a lot of times when we want to buy real estate is, in order for rental income to count in your debt to income ratio, a lot of lenders are going to want to see tax returns with 2 years of that rent on there. So if you're buying a property early in the year, your lender can say, you need to file sooner so that we can have that data. So good thing to learn and take away from that. Now let's actually talk numbers. This is a house hack, it's a triplex. Let's say it was after you moved out, because that's how I run the numbers on a house hack, is if after you've moved out, what will this look like? What was the purchase price?
The purchase price was $500K.
So $500,000. What is your monthly payment? Approximately?
Approximately $3,600.
$3,600. And with area average rents, all 3 units rented out, what would you be taking in?
Once I moved out, I'll be taking in about $4,800.
So $3,600 and $4,800 coming in. And that's with current area average rents, starting a new depreciation schedule. Living here, you're probably paying, I think you said earlier, a couple hundred, $300-400 a month.
About $400 with utilities.
With utilities, okay. So not paying $1,500 or $2,000 a month like most of the people renting around here. So you've reduced your living expenses by house hacking. You've got on the property ladder. Congratulations on your second house hack. This is huge.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing what you do in the future.
Thank you.
And tell me a little bit about your YouTube channel.
Yeah, so the YouTube channel is PE turned RE, and the purpose is to document my journey from PE teacher to being financially free through the power of real estate.
Nice. And like a friend of mine, of ours, Steve, who was a music teacher, got into flipping and house hacking so that eventually they can still be a music teacher and not worry about the money. I think you can still do coaching and stuff in the future and not have to worry about the money once you make work optional.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for doing this for me. Until our next video, thank you for coming to my Dion and Curtis and Frank talk, who is visiting from California. He said he lives in
Watsonville
near Santa Cruz, which they call the salad bowl of California, which we
Salad bowl
call
of the world, yeah.
the tossed salad of the world.